What is going on, viewers of YouTube? Sunspot here, and I am back to give you guys my review of the N.E.C.A Predator Concrete Jungle 9-inch collectible figure. This guy is really impressive. But before I get into that, I'm going to highlight this packaging. This packaging is definitely important because I guess this is considered N.E.C.A's ultimate wave, kind of. This is technically a video game figure, so it does have that specialty box. I really love the design they use for this. I've personally never played the Concrete Jungle video game. I really wish I have. I do want to still. I did some research though, so I do know what I am talking about somewhat. To say N.E.C.A here at the top. Predator Concrete Jungle, really beautiful image. I do love this city here in the background too. That's really nice. And he's holding a skull, very pretty. I do love this little, I mean, it's like alien writing effect, but you know, it could also be the bomb and stuff. And warning labels not to choke on the extra head that it comes with. Top of the box is really nothing too special, just says Predator Concrete Jungle. Same with the side, with a little Real Toys logo there. And same with the other side. The back is a bit more interesting, I guess. There are some product images, just, you know, highlighting his different accessories and like his extra head and the weapons and stuff. So this really looks like a Halo weapon to me. I said this on my live stream. This is basically like a needler. So that was interesting. So yeah, I really love the flame effect they got going on around here, though. It's kind of cool. And damn, this picture is really nice. I love how he holds the skull. I wish he came with two gripping hands so he can actually do that. And the city is your hunting ground, so that's very beautiful. And here is a biography of the character. If you like to read that, you can pause and do that now. So a big part of these Ultimate figure boxes that they have Velcro, and you can open them up, and this is where you would see the figure inside with all of his accessories. So I do love the design they use. They have a background of like some railing on a roof, it looks like. I can't really tell fully, but that's what it is. Do have some in-game effects here in the corner. They do that a lot with the video game figures. They put those effects in the corners and stuff. And then over here, just some more product images of the figure. Looking really nice. Damn, these poses are really great. I mean, I wish they made the dioramas that they're using here in the background, but you know N.E.C.A, they're not going to do that for us. As for the figure himself, this guy is basically a dream come true. I remember seeing you at Comic-Con about not too long ago. It was this year, 2016, which is ending soon, but still. And I wanted you so bad, and I finally have you. When I saw you in the store, I needed to get you. And you have not disappointed. My viewers of YouTube, this guy is so freaking beautiful. I do love the pose I put him in. It's pretty standard. If you did watch my live stream, you know why he's in this pose. Just he basically came like this out of box, and he looks really nice like this. I love how his hand is just raised up, and it just reminds me of the original Jungle Hunter when he does that, because I don't know why. It's just something about it, like that open grip hand and a pretty relaxed left hand, and just a generic standard pose. I just like it for some reason. And I'm going to give you guys a bit of a 360 of the figure here. Just so I love this skull right here too. That is really nice. And the paint scheme is really great. I love the silver wash they used on the armor, mixed in with some black as well. So that's really nice. But let us get into the head sculpt here for a moment. Let's remove his hand. And actually, let's remove his shoulder cannon here, because that's technically an accessory. And just check out the first head sculpt right now. So you could tell it's really nice. I love the design of this. Again, I've never played the video game, so I don't know if this is completely accurate. I am almost 100% sure it's accurate just because it's N.E.C.A. They do a good job. But I do love the silver wash they use on this. They make it look really gritty and, I guess, battle damage. And I am a big fan of this war paint right here. War paint's really nice. It really stands out of the silver, because you don't want this looking too plain, and you'll know what I mean when I show you the other armor pieces. So you do want that. And I love all these black tints and stuff they use in all the crevices, and you know, all those little hidden places, and his eyes are not a glossy black, but they're pretty opaque, so, which is nice. And there's this little targeter right here. Kind of hard to see, but they used a black wash on that as well. So, and his dreadlocks, of course, this is, you know, you can't have a Predator without his dreadlocks, and these are really nice, individually sculpted, which I love, so you can pose them around. It'd be really nice if these were on wires, honestly. I mean, I've been saying that for a while. I mean, if these were on wires, you could really do some really cool wind poses, not gonna lie. That would be great. But, yeah, let's just take a look at the rest of the figure. Really impressive. They are obviously using the AVP style molds, which is good because the AVP molds are great. They work really, really well, especially for figures like this, like really bulky ones. So, do love the skull up here at the top. It looks really great. Unfortunately, to my knowledge, it's not removable. If it is, please let me know, but I really don't want to, you know, mess around with that just because it looks really nice, but I doubt it's removable. Seriously. I wish it came with an extra skull, but no biggie. But I do love all these armor pieces here, again, with that war paint, the black wash, making it look very gritty. This is I mean, it's connected to the main armor piece, but it's like a pliable material, so you can bend that around at your own will. Do love this shoulder piece right here too. Again, a pliable material, so makes it look really unique. Kind of like a gladiator, actually, which I do like a lot. Now, check this out. Chainmail. It makes him look a bit more like a knight, honestly. It's so great. Again, another pliable material. So, and each, I guess, metal strand is individually sculpted, so when it's not just painted on, you can actually feel it. Do love this strap here too. Very, very nice. Loving that a lot. Just taking a look at the arms here, continuing that black wash on the silver. And of course he has his blades. I think these are, yeah, these are definitely removable. I can take them off if you want. Are they removable? Yeah, they are. So you could easily remove these, and yep, there's his gauntlet right there, which opens up. Oh, I guess this one doesn't open up. Can this one open up? Yeah, this is the one that opens up. So you could tell they put a ton of detail in there. A lot of wiring, a lot of buttons. So that's great. I do love this a lot. They put a lot of attention to detail, which you really need on a Predator figure. And here, I wish this opened up. I think it, like, I'm pretty sure this technically is supposed to open up as part of the armor, but it doesn't, which is no big deal. And here's his arm, or his hand rather. Very nicely sculpted. Nails are painted beautifully along with the skin. Skin tone's not really black. It's like a brownish yellow, which is kind of cool. And he does have like fingerless gloves, and on top of the fingerless gloves he has armor, which is really unique. And same with the relaxed hand. So they sculpted it really well. I love how the black fingerless gloves kind of wrap into the palm here, which is nice. So, and just taking a look at the body, very nice. I do love the yellow tint they used for the skin, and kind of merges into a blackish brownish here at the back, which is basically almost brown. Same with the back of the arms here. So, and this is kind of cool. It's kind of like a piece of cloth. I like to think of it as a feather, but it's technically supposed to be a piece of cloth. And another thing I keep saying is that I really wish the net was an actual net, not sculpted on. I know it'd be a bit more difficult, but imagine that, just how they are actually knitted onto the 1/4 scale stuff. And on his crotch he has a skull, not removable. Don't try and remove it. Don't try, just don't. I do love his belt, very gothic, beautiful. And he does have like this skirt, which is chainmail, and it's all rubber and pliable, but has like a ripped off cloth, which is very, very beautiful. Wraps around entire figure, gives him kind of a ninja feel, kind of how it's kind of like a T. So very nice. Sides of the legs, you have more armor. Love these spikes. They are rubbery, but definitely sharp, so you can prick yourself. Don't do that. It hurts, trust me. I've learned from experience. you could tell they put in some muscle tone, actually, especially with these AVP molds, because these are big guys, so they're obviously buff, so you could tell they put in, like, the, I don't know what the muscle groups are called, but, you know, I'm not a bodybuilder, but they're muscly, that's all you need to know. One thing that bothers me the most, especially up here, it doesn't bother me as much up here, but the net is painted in 2 different colors. When the net goes over some parts of the yellow skin, it's actually painted yellow, just like right here. And then black when it's over the black parts of the skin. So that bothers me. Kind of lazy-ish, but, you know, it's so tiny. I'm not even gonna humor that. The legs are fully armored, which is really, really cool. Again, rubbery, but sharp, and I love this armor. I wish they made a Predator figure that's just completely armored just like this. It's so freaking cool looking. Like, he's like a knight. It's crazy. And he does have his sandals, you know. Predators, it's hot outside, you know, he needs his sandals, and why not have sandals, but over those sandals, armored plates and these little spikes and stuff, which are pliable but sharp. So put a lot of detail into the skin there. Even the little parts of the feet that are showing, his little nail right here. Very, very nice. Just the back, the heel and stuff, so great. And the bottom of the feet do have peg holes, although this guy can stand really, really well, and I can prove that just by doing that. So he can stand really well. I didn't even try. I just set him down. And mine actually has some loose legs, or loose ankles, which kind of bothers me, but honestly, I'll be fine. So yeah, just overall, just a lot of detail in this figure. But as for articulation, the AVP molds, they're fantastic when it comes to this kind of stuff, trust me. I do not have a shoulder cannon on, so just be aware. That's why I'll have a bit more flexibility, I guess, in his head. But his head can look up that much. It's honestly not that much. Can look down a lot, actually. And wobble left and right, as well as turn that much and that much to the left. So he won't be able to turn that much to the left when you have the shoulder cannon on, but it's okay. As far as this arm goes, it can go up that much. You could tell the pliable material definitely hinders it, but it's good that it's pliable. You can get more articulation out of it, and back that much. But technically you could do a full 360, just don't, because you don't want to rip this off. This is really cool. I can go out that much, in that much, has a shoulder rotation. He does have a double jointed elbow, actually. It's really tough to get the joint moving. In this case, I may need to put him under some hot water, just because it's a little bit stuck, but it's double jointed, trust me. And he does have a forearm rotation, which can move a full 360. And of course, his hand is on a ball joint, so it can just move all around. The upper part of his, I guess, abdomen, can forward that much, not that much, back that much, left and right, and side to side. And then he has another joint just down here as well, which can go left and right, you know, up and down about that much, down that much. So just working together, it can do a lot of neat poses. And if you're curious, this arm up here has a bit different of a hindrance, just because this is not as pliable, the shoulder piece, so you can go only that much forward and that much back, but still, it's good. As far as the legs go, they can go forward that much, quite a bit, back that much. It's hindered by all of this pliable rubber and stuff. Can do the splits just about. He does have a thigh rotation and a double jointed knee, which is beautiful. That's exactly why I love these AVP molds. And he does have a knee rotation as well, which is great. His feet can go forward that much, back that much, and of course he does have an ankle pivot. So overall, a lot of articulation on this guy. As for size, This guy stands about 9 inches tall, which I was surprised at, because I never really measured the AVP mold, but if I do have my trusty tape measure here, you could clearly see he's just at about 9 inches, which is just really, really neat. I didn't expect that. He might be a little bit shorter with the other head on, just because this kind of has a tall piece up here of armor. But I can bring in some of his friends here. I do have the standard Jungle Hunter Predator, the new mold with the ball-jointed hips. So you could tell he's much taller, which I guess makes sense because this is kind of a later generation of Predator, while this is practically the first, or at least the first that we saw of. So naturally, they just grow taller over the years. Then, for some more comparison, I do have a standard Big Chap Genocide version alien, which he stands pretty damn well with him, actually. You could tell they're just about the same size. So, that works really well. I just love how all of these three look together. So, but yeah, overall, good scale with other NECA figures. And here he is next to my alpaca. As for accessories, this guy actually comes with quite a bit. First of all, I just want to highlight the main accessory, which is this beautiful, beautiful head sculpt. It is so well sculpted, it is ridiculous. I love the glossy paint that they actually coated over the black, the brown, the yellow, and the lime green, which is just really great. Came out very even too, so nothing's uneven. I love all these folds of skin as he extends his mouthpieces, which are just freaking great. You can tell they put a lot of detail in that mouth too, just a ton. Lot of fleshy detail. And partially wet and glossy too, which kind of makes sense. It's the inside of a freaking alien's mouth, so, and that would just make sense. And his teeth, obviously sculpted in. I love how it's not completely white, it's definitely dirtied, which makes sense. He's a freaking predator, so that makes sense. His tusks there are sculpted very well. I'm glad they didn't break off yet. Knowing me, they will, but that's okay. And his eyes are actually in there somewhere. Honestly, I don't even know how I'm going to show you guys, but his eye is right in there somewhere. Oh boy. Wow. But in person, they're sculpted in pretty well. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he even has a freaking eye. No, it looks like he's missing an eye right here. So, yeah, there you go. Again, I didn't play the game, so sorry. And his dreadlocks, just as the other one, are sculpted individually, and I do love these gold and, or I guess bronze and silver little clips, I guess, to hold the dreads in place. So, very well sculpted. So that's one accessory. Let's check out this one. This is pretty intense. I don't think I'll have him holding any of his accessories. Again, I just like him in the pose he's in when I showed you him at the beginning of the video. But you could tell, a lot of detail on this. Scratches, scrapes, dents, just torn completely, which I love. Shows that he's been in battle. Just very, very great. A solid piece of silver plastic. Very reflective too, as you can tell. So, quite pointy too. Don't freaking mess around with these NECA accessories. They will, cut you. And I've had handles break off previous NECA, I guess, swords and blades, just as these. So be very careful. It's very flimsy. Just saying. And of course, he does have his needler, which is not a needler, but come on. Does this not scream Halo to you? These pieces here are definitely fragile. They are plastic, so they can break off just like that. Just saying. But very well sculpted. Do love the detail they put at the ends here, and love the paint decal. Kind of like a solid brown with some black indentations there. It's all not painted on, it's all molded, so you can definitely feel the increases. And some little alien writing there. Very, very, very pretty. Glad they put that attention to detail. You can tell it's definitely pliable, so it can fit around his hand a bit better. But overall, just really cool freaking Halo Covenant gun. Not really. And of course his shoulder cannon. Technically not an accessory, but a generic shoulder cannon from the AVP models. So nothing too special. They usually put a lot of detail in this. Love the black wash over the silver, as usual. Kind of a brown tint on the left side of this thing rather than this side, which is kind of weird, but it does make sense. I trust NECA. And this is removable. So if you don't want it on for whatever reason or want to rearrange it, you can. It just kind of slides back in. Doesn't hold as well as I thought it would on this one, but it's okay. You can turn this around and has some articulation. A hinge right there and a ball joint up here, as well as a hinge down here. So, and it can slide forward and back. So I like to keep it just folded back like that because I don't want the pose of I don't want the pose to be like he's engaging in a fight. I want him to be pretty calm. So, and of course he does come with his gauntlet knives, which is great. You know, they're blades actually. Pointy, flimsy. Be careful with these. I've had these break plenty in the past, and I'm glad they're removable now, because before they just snap off and just it would suck. So I'm glad they're actually I'm glad they can plug in. Now let us put some of the accessories on. Before we put on the shoulder cannon, let me just zoom in here for a sec. I do want to show you how to pop off the head. It's a bit tough, and actually the other head just fell on the floor, so give me a moment. Okay, so we're back. So, hole in there, peg right there, pretty simple. You do have to maneuver the dreadlocks around. It's definitely tough. Kind of have to just maneuver it in there and then just press down. Don't be afraid to break it. It'll be fine. And there you go. So he looks really, really great with this on. And shoulder cannon, pretty simple. Just rotate the head that way. There's a hole right there and a hole right there hidden very well. So all you do is plug it in as such. And there you go. So there's his shoulder cannon. He's definitely now losing his bounce because he has more weight on him. But, you know, that's okay. And for the weapons, oh, this is such a pain, but because I'm always afraid I'll break them. Here, I'll just do this off camera. Alright, so this accessory is way easier to put on than frickin' this one. I honestly can't get this in his hand. It's too closed up. I may need to put some hot water on it just to open up the fingers here, because the handle is thicker than most accessories that the Predators usually come with. So, but, you know, just look it up online, I guess, or on the box. But you get the point of how it would look. It would look, you know, pretty decent. But he does have his blade on here, looking pretty badass. Obviously, I don't have him in a dynamic pose at all, but this thing is freaking huge. Like, I don't know how he uses this in battle. Is he just gonna, like, stab, like, the under portions of his jaw, piercing his brain? Like, that would be a very unfortunate way to go, actually. So, don't know how this works, but just to show you guys the hand here, or the blades, just 2 holes in there. All you gotta do is just peg in the blades here, and there you go. So very, very pretty. I love how this figure looks so far. Very beautiful. Tons of accessories and a great box. So overall, a great figure. So overall, this is definitely a must-have, especially if you are a Predator collector like I am. I'm a hardcore Predator Alien collector and a lover of every single movie. Not so much Predator 2, but that's okay. But this is just a great adaptation from I'm hoping, a wonderful video game. I wanted this ever since I saw him at Comic-Con in those glass cabinets, and here he is today, better than ever. So, considering that you get 2 pretty amazing accessories, one of which, of course, I can't put in his hand right now, and 2 head sculpts. You rarely get 2 head sculpts with Predator figures. I think this is definitely worth the $25 retail price. Considering as well that you get a pretty rad box. And I really do love these boxes. Love displaying them, hanging them up. So very pretty. So you definitely get a good deal here. And yeah, with that said, people, if you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, comment, check out my site at SunSpotReviewz.com, and I will see you guys in my next video.